Hi, I'm Ocean. Today we're exploring a remarkable and deeply moving historical fiction, The Secret Book of Flora Lea by Patti Callahan Henry. This book has been making waves in the literary world and is definitely a must read if you love stories about family bonds, the hidden impact of war, and the profound effect of stories and books on our lives. Flora Lea, the novel's protagonist, was just a child when she was evacuated from London during World War II, sent to the countryside with her sister Hazel to escape the bombings. It's the era of chaos, of separation, and of forced distance. While many families were torn apart by war, Flora's experience takes a darker turn. Her sister Hazel goes missing, leaving Flora to grow up with a piece of her heart missing. It's the kind of trauma that defines a person, a wound that won't heal, no matter how many years pass. Now, years later, Flora is an adult, living in the United States, trying to put the past behind her. But the past doesn't stay buried for long. One day, Flora finds a book that's connected to her childhood and to her missing sister, sparking a journey of discovery, grief, and healing. In this episode, we'll delve into the themes of secrets, trauma, love, and the redemptive power of books. This is a story about how the search for the truth can heal wounds that have festered for years, and the emotional toll that secrets can carry. The power of family and the unseen effects of war. At the heart of this novel lies the relationship between Flora and her sister Hazel. They were close, inseparable as children, but the war shattered that bond. Hazel's disappearance is what keeps Flora trapped in the past, never fully able to move forward. We often talk about how trauma from childhood can shape us, and the secret book of Flora Lea illustrates this beautifully. Flora's loss is not just of a sister, but of a sense of security, of the future she envisioned. The book touches deeply on the psychological scars that come from wartime separation, and Flora's life is a constant struggle to deal with the absence of Hazel, not knowing whether her sister survived or met a tragic end. Flora's entire adult life is haunted by this uncertainty. Her search for answers becomes a metaphor for her search for peace and closure. War's lasting impact on families is a theme that we see again and again in this story. Flora is not just struggling with the loss of her sister, she's dealing with the emotional fallout of a global catastrophe, a catastrophe that affected every aspect of life during the 1940s. The mysterious book, Unlocking the Past. One of the most captivating aspects of this book is the mysterious book that Flora uncovers. It's a symbol of hope and healing, but also of revelation and potential heartache. Books play a unique role here, not just as a form of storytelling, but as actual tools for self discovery. As Flora unravels the connections between the book and her missing sister, we're reminded of the role that stories and memories play in helping us reconcile with the past. The book Flora finds ties directly to her sister's disappearance and acts as a puzzle she must piece together. There's a certain mystery embedded in the novel that keeps us on edge, wondering whether Flora will ever discover the truth. This mystery isn't just about finding her sister. It's also about understanding the weight of the past and coming to terms with what happened during a time of global upheaval. In many ways, this book represents reconciliation with one's own history. Flora's journey is symbolic of all of us who must face the difficult truths that we've avoided, confront painful memories, and ultimately learn to forgive and heal. The role of war and trauma in shaping identity. War often changes people in ways that are hard to measure. It forces people to adapt, to survive, to make difficult choices. But there are some things that can never be fully repaired, and some losses that never truly fade. As Flora seeks answers, we see how war's trauma shapes her identity, even as she grows older. The impact of war on the mind and soul is at the core of the book. Flora is living with post traumatic stress, but it's a trauma that's been buried for years. The absence of her sister isn't just a physical loss, it's a psychological scar that she's carried into adulthood. As Flora digs deeper into her memories and the secrets surrounding Hazel's disappearance, she faces the ultimate question: can the truth ever heal us? Is there something beyond grief that we can reach once we fully face the truth, no matter how painful it may be? The healing power of stories and closure. Books and stories are often referred to as healing tools. They allow us to process emotions, to empathize with others, and sometimes even to find our own path to closure. For Flora, the book she discovers becomes her bridge between the past and the present. It offers not just a way to piece together what happened to her sister, but a way to begin healing from the emotional wounds she's carried for decades. The novel is deeply rooted in the idea of reconciliation, not just with others, but with oneself. Flora's emotional journey mirrors the journey we all face at different points in life: to confront the past, to seek answers, and to finally let go of the things that have weighed us down. While the story of Flora's missing sister is a deeply personal one, it touches on something universal: the need for closure and the profound way that family trauma can shape our lives. Whether it's a lost sibling or a painful event from childhood, the novel asks, what happens when we are finally faced with the truth we've spent so long avoiding? Conclusion: a beautifully written tale of loss and redemption. The Secret Book of Flora Lea by Patti Callahan. Henry is more than just a historical novel. It's a meditation on the fragility of life, the weight of family secrets, and the ways in which we carry the pain of the past into our futures. It's about how love endures, even in the face of unimaginable loss, and how the stories we tell ourselves and others can help us find peace. This novel is for anyone who enjoys stories about family bonds, healing, and the ways that trauma and secrets shape our lives. It's a rich and deeply emotional read that will stay with you long after you've turned the last page. Whether you're drawn to historical fiction, mysteries, or stories about finding redemption, The Secret Book of Flora Lea will touch your heart. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you're looking for a novel that combines historical mystery, emotional depth, and a search for personal peace, then The Secret Book of Flora Lea is definitely one to add to your reading list.